the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the New York Knicks in New York. For the Knicks, they got their season rolling with a nice win in their first game. Now we'll find out if they can build on it and open with back-to-back victories. And one of the guys we'll be seeing tonight is Al Horford. He's not a flashy guy by any means. Has never gotten all that much national media love, but Shaq, wouldn't you say he is as solid a post player as you'll find?
You know what? He doesn't do anything with flash and doesn't have the big contract, but he plays like it. I just want to say muchas gracias, papi. He's from Dominican Republic.
Oh, muy bien. Well, he does everything you want a post player to do. I mean, honestly, he passes the basketball. He can handle it off a rebound. He moves it, post moves. He's improved his outside shot. But the only thing I would say is improve being more aggressive. I'd like to see Al at times try to get 30.
And that does it for us.
Muy bien again.
Thanks for tuning in.
Muchas gracias.
And we'll see you later.
De nada.
Coming at you from beautiful New York City as the Knicks prepare to take the home court. The New York Knicks come into this one after a win against the Bucks in Milwaukee. And guys, it could have gone either way. Nearly won that one by 2.
I think a lot of people were surprised by that result because on paper, you didn't think that that game would be that competitive.
And you know what, Greg? That's really why we enjoy watching the game. You know, the fact that the only thing that's predictable is the unpredictability of it. It didn't turn out the way you might have expected, but that's why you got to get between the lines and tee it up.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3 spot. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Lopez passes to Aflalo. Cephalosha with the steal. Now Schroeder to the paint. Here's Millsap and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And he isn't the biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
And Millsap with over a 7-foot wingspan and also just a great nose for the ball. He gets you rebounds, blocks, and he leads all power forwards in steals pretty much every season.
And the second free throw, good.
And speaking of Millsap's defense, I mean, he can switch out and cover perimeter players as well. His smaller stature gives him that versatility, but then the long wingspan allows him to still bang with the biggies.
Now here's Calderon. Pass to Porzingis. To the middle. Shots good by Anthony.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Schroeder kicks to Horford. Korver gets a wide open look. Off target with his three. Now here's Calderon. Outside Anthony. Pass to Porzingis. Calderon with it. Here's a Flalo. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Flalo's got his first basket of the night. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Passes it to Cephalosha. Horford with the screen on Calderon. Schroeder passes to Horford. It's deflected. Outside Anthony. The pass to Porzingis. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Boy, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Calderon dishes to Lopez. He feeds it to Flalo. Misses the layup. The Hawks leading by 3. Schroeder kicks to Cephalosha. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last.
Well, we've got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. 8th in free throw shooting, 14th in blocks. And they were in the top half of the league shooting the ball from deep. Average to pedestrian, but still fairly effective from there.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunity.
Now here's Schroeder. Millsap has the open look. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. There's the feed to Lopez. It's stolen by Korver. Kicks it to Schroeder. Dishes to Horford. Feeds it to Millsap. Tries it from 9. Again, Millsap missing. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
And with the moment, let's check out some stats for Kyle Korver. Some last season stats for him. Last season, put up about 12 points per game. 4 rebounds and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Atlanta leading by 3.
And Paul Millsap, guys, the only player to lead the NCAA in rebounding 3 straight seasons back in college. A former second-round pick, was kind of slept on, but now clearly making his mark in the NBA.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Thomas kicks to Grant. He dishes it to O'Quinn. 5 on the clock. Grant the pass to Thomas. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Greg, you were talking about Millsap's ferocious rebounding. He battles inside, but Clark, he is so skilled.
Yeah, he's just really a good all-around basketball player. He can pass, handle, step out, and hit the 3. Very, very versatile. He makes an impact on the game a lot of ways.
And here is Grant following Kirk Heinrich's 3. Out left to the wing. It's stolen by Teague. Here's Bazemore, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It goes on Jaren Grant.
And Kit Bazemore, the long-armed lefty out of Oldgam3r, where he was the Division I Defensive Player of the Year back in 2011. A 5-year senior. He graduated with 2 degrees, one in criminal justice, the other in human services.
And so Bazemore nails both of them. And Bazemore grew up in a small town, Kelford, North Carolina. Clark, less than 300 people.
And a very tight-knit community, as you might expect, Kevin. His uncle owned the local diner, and you see that in his demeanor. Very social, a humble guy. He's really a nice presence in the locker room.
Now the dish to Teague. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Teague's got his first points of the night.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. .111 left in the first quarter. Williams sets a screen for Grant. On the wing, Williams. Back to Grant. O'Quinn in the post. Splitters there. And too long on the shot.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
It's Scott on the wing. O'Quinn defending. Scott, good.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow him down.
And that's a big reason why they're trailing, surrendering too many easy baskets.
Now, here's Grant. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Williams, a screen on Scott. Scott against Thomas. He kicks it to Williams. Shot clock at 5. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's O'Quinn, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Here's Heinrich. There's the pick. Outside Teague. With 1 on the clock. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Hawks ahead. They lead by 12. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, we've seen the Hawks really take control here.
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
Knicks trail by 12. Knicks last season had a lot of problems here in Manhattan, and it showed all over the floor, Greg. And you played for this team. You know what it's like to play basketball in New York. Not a good record for them at home last year.
How about finishing 10-31 here and playing in front of a sold-out crowd every night? And one thing about New York, they're going to let you know when they're displeased. Worst home record in the East and second worst home record in the league.
Porzingis is out there with Robin Lopez. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Calderon in at point guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. And he makes the first.
And, you know, for the Knicks, there were a lot of reasons why they were bad at home. Bottom 5 in field goal percentage against at home, field goal defense, and third worst field goal percentage at home in the league.
Both good from the line that time.
And you know, commend the Knicks faithful. They still would sell this place out. And you have to give a shout out to the fans for sticking through what was a very difficult year. At least it has to get better.
Now here's Schroeder. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And here's Calderon out to the wing. Porzingis passes to Calderon. He feeds it to Lopez. And the foul called on Paul Millsap.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
Outside Anthony. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise. Chris Bosh, you know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
First one falls for him.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003, all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
And he makes both free throws.
And guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
Now here is Cephalosha. 6 points for him. Here's Horford. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Pass to Porzingis for 3. They get the rebound. Lopez kicks to Aflalo. Rebound Atlanta. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
Now Cephalosha after Aaron Aflalo missing that last 3-pointer. Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here. And every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
Now here's Calderon. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Anthony dishes to Aflalo. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Knicks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief,
right now,
guys.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Aaron Aflalo.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settling.
And Aflalo drops them both. Clark, one thing about the Hawks last year is they were very strong on the road, as you could have guessed.
Yeah, but Kevin, they struggled a little bit down the stretch on the road, but still managed to have the best road record in the East.
And how about that road record for the Hawks? 25-16 last season. 9 of those wins came during that 19-game winning streak in early 2015.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
Boy, you look at the Hawks, and they seem to be built to play on the road because they can survive a player having an off game. They're so deep and versatile. Team basketball is a lot less prone to go cold when you're on the road.
Schroeder passes to Millsap. Now the feed to Schroeder. Pass to Millsap. Korver kicks it over to Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. Millsap dishes to Horford. And that one's good. Horford's got his first basket of the night.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Calderon passes to Porzingis. Pass to Lopez. Sweet move. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
2 shots.
Greg, as you mentioned, the Knicks very shy at going to the rim last year. Really could have used that dynamic among a lot of things to their game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, think about this. The Knicks were last in the league in drives per game as a team. So they struggled shooting when they did attack the rim, only 42%. So those areas have to improve if this team wants to become competitive.
Lopez hits them both.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded by Calderon. The open shot, Millsap. That one wide left.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Now here's Calderon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Nice move, and it's good on the layup. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Millsap a screen. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. That's tipped. Aflalo outside. The pass to Carmelo. Here's Porzingis. Kicks to Aflalo. Dishes it to Calderon. 5 to shoot. Back to Aflalo. Feeds to Calderon. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Horford. Korver attacking. Now here's Schroeder. Tight defense on him. He dishes it to Cephalosha. Horford with a screen on Aflalo. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Schroeder. It's rebounded by Porzingis. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Now here's Schroeder. Calderon unable to get his shot to go. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. A different look for New York. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon. Anthony dishes to Afflalo. Here's Galloway. Teague covering. Here's Williams. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Now, here's Scott. Back to Teague. Shot to stop the drought. Here's Splitter. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
The Hawks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Grant in for Aaron Afflalo. And Splitter drops them both. Knicks trail by 7. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Galloway. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. The kick out to Williams. The dish to Grant. Great D that time from Teague. To the right side. 2 on the clock. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And we finished one half of basketball. Hawks lead by 7. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Atlanta was looking great right away. Their mission to dominate early was accomplished with a spirited 14-4 run to start. At the end of 1, they were still firmly in control, up by 12. Second quarter, not quite as good, but still managed to maintain control and enjoy a 7-point advantage at the break. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
They did an awesome-erific job. That's right, Ernie. Awesome-erific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-erific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. It puts you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. And as long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
And Kenny, your take on New York?
Well, obviously, they were outshot. I thought they mailed it in too many times in terms of their effort. People weren't moving, they weren't screening, and they definitely weren't hustling. They need to hit the ground running to be competitive in the second half, or they could get blown out.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment.
Looking at the numbers for Thabo Sefolosha, 9 points and 1 rebound. He's been just as deadly from beyond the arc as he's been inside of it.
He showed the versatility and the range today.
New York trailing. On the court right now for the Hawks. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Kyle Korver is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Sefolosha in at the 3 slot. Now here's Calderon. Lopez inside, guarded by Horford. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws. You know, not many saw it coming last season with the Hawks. I mean, they just ran away with the Eastern Conference. It was the first time they took the East since 1994.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Lopez. And with the Hawks and the East, they just dominated the rest of the division 39 of the Hawks' 60 regular season wins came in conference.
Yeah, and across the board, the Hawks statistically just dominated all Eastern opponents. They shot it better, played better defense, took better care of the ball. They are set up to be a factor in this conference for a long time.
Lopez hits them both.
Listen, the Knicks finishing at the bottom of the East last season. They didn't go into the season thinking they were in for a rough go, making last season all that more painstaking for the fans.
Now here's Schroeder. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Good.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Here's Lopez following the basket by Al Horford. And Aflalo kicks to Anthony. That's good. Anthony's got 6 points. And for the Knicks and their play against the rest of the conference, guys who've been talking about only Clark 11 wins in 52 games.
And you know, Kevin, what's worse is the Knicks were 5-21 at home against the East. No matter how you slice that up, the Knicks had a season that everybody would like to forget in New York.
Here's Aflalo following the basket by Al Horford. Aflalo the pass to Calderon. He kicks to Lopez. To Porzingis, uses the glass to finish the layup.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
Exactly. Guys, they're clearly the better team, but you can't take anybody for granted. They're all NBA players. They get their checks twice a month across the league, so you've got to come prepared and focused and ready to play.
Now here's Schroeder. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. No luck.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. Horford was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Horford's got 6 here in this quarter.
They're doing work here in the second half, 3 or 4 to start. Yeah, and Al Horford really has become one of those elite two-way big men. And that's very rare. You look at most bigs in the NBA, they excel at either one end or the other, but this is one of those guys that does it all.
Knicks trail by 5. Now Calderon. Aflalo dishes to Carmelo. Lopez sets a screen for Anthony. Off the pick. Atlanta with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And Horford at 6'10", a natural power forward who's been pressed into duty at the center spot, but he holds his own on the low block.
He also does a really good job, Kevin, moving his feet and covering in space, covering the pick and roll. He's outstanding in that regard, which is important in today's game. He's got mobility and a high IQ.
And the shot is good. And it's 8 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they've bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Horford sets a screen for Millsap. In the corner, Cephalosha with it. He feeds it to Schroeder for 3. Millsap. And the call will be against Al Horford. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Thomas comes in for Porzingis. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Splitters checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Cephalosha. And it's Teague in for Kyle Korver. Here's Galloway. He's guarded by Schroeder. 4 on the shot clock. Galloway kicks to Aflalo. But they recover it. Thomas passes to Aflalo. The feed to Galloway. Outside Anthony. Pass to Galloway. It's stolen by Schroeder. Passes it to Scott. Splitter sets a screen. Out to the right wing. Bazemore for 3. The Hawks again can't hit. Knicks trail by 3. Here's Galloway. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Outside Thomas to tie. They grab their own miss. Aflalo dishes to Galloway. And it's all evened up.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Outside Anthony. For the lead. It's rebounded by Teague. The Hawks have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Here's Scott, knocks it loose.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
Anthony kicks to Aflalo. Back to Anthony. Right wing. Thomas passes to Anthony. Dishes it to O'Quinn. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Knicks haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Derek Williams, he checked in for New York. Grant comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
Galloway kicks to Grant. Here's Williams. Tries again. Comes up empty down low.
Well, smooth around the rim definitely is not the word I'd use to describe him. He's got some rough edges to him.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's the Knicks as they wrap up the third quarter on a 15-6 run. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Here's Teague. Derek Williams is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon. Then there's Grant, and it's Lopez in at the center position. That's the 5 for New York right now. The Knicks shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Now here's Calderon. Over in the corner, Williams. Now the pass to Porzingis. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And the Knicks lead by 3.
Those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
T kicks to Cephalosha. Feeds it to Heinrich. He dishes it to Millsap. Lets it fly from 18. Yep, right through the net. And that's 10 points for Al Horford.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Grant dishes to Calderon. Grant outside. Back to Calderon. The three. Horford with the rebound.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
New York calls timeout. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Kurt Rambis had to say to the team. He hasn't been happy with their shot selection. He told them, we're forcing things out there, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, work for the open shot in the flow of our offense. We'll see if they heed that advice, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Over to the wing. Sefolosha passes to Schroeder. Korver against the Flalo. Here's Schroeder. Hits the three-point bomb.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Lopez kicks to Anthony. The shot is off, and it's the Hawks taking it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Korver dishes to Schroeder. Picked by Horford. Millsap in the corner. Shot off the pick. That's short off the rim.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Shot clock at 5. Here's Porzingis. Atlanta with the rebound.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Now here's Schroeder. Out to the right wing. Shot from 16. Horford's shot is good. Now it's a 4-point Atlanta lead.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Anthony with it, covered by Sefolosha. Millsap with the steal. One-on-one fast break. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. New York's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Anthony, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
So far in the game for Anthony, he's got 8 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on them.
Langston Galloway's checked in for New York. Both free throws good from Anthony.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Atlanta calls timeout. Picked by Horford. Here's Sefolosha, and that one is hammered home.
Al Horford impeding the defense there with the solid screen.
Knicks trail by 4. Here's Galloway. Kicks it to Carmelo. Off target at the rim. For Atlanta, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Here's Cephalosha. Knicks with the rebound. Lopez has got 8 rebounds in this game. Anthony, the pass to Aflalo, and he gets it to go.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're in front by 2. 1:30 left here in the fourth quarter. .130 left in the fourth quarter. Picked by Horford. Schroeder kicks to Korver. And it's Schroeder in the corner. And the 3-ball is good. Schroeder's got 6 points in the quarter.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Not lacking in confidence, and I really like that. Sometimes you see teams get conservative once they get a lead, playing not to lose. Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're leading by 3. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Korver dishes to Horford. Here's Schroeder. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Millsap with the steal. Schroeder with the ball. Picked by Horford. Schroeder passes to Korver. Misfires after coming off the pick.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Anthony drives in. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Just a fantastic effort they're getting from Anthony right now.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
Now here's Schroeder. Horford high post. Uncovered. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And the Hawks lead by 4.
Well, I tell you, somebody got to Al Horford. He's playing with a lot of fire.
New York calls timeout. They trail by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, and not only do you want to draw up a score here, but it's got to be a quick one.
Yeah, it has to be quick. They've got to convert, and then there has to be an immediate foul.
And Aflalo kicks to Anthony. The dish to Galloway. Here's Porzingis. The three-pointer no good. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. New York calls timeout. They're down by 5. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, they can game plan all they want, but unless they can put more time on the clock, I think this bad boy's over.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they hope to get accomplished with this timeout here.
Deep 2 from Anthony. And again, it's the Knicks missing. And so it's Atlanta with the W. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Paul, congratulations on this win. It seemed like this game was getting away from you at points. What does the team take away from this game in terms of experience?
You know, we got to do a better job of executing down the stretch. You know, as simple as that. This is glad we got this win. We just can't let these things happen in the future.
An escape from some mistakes, Paul. Well done, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game. He's not always known to make the big headlines or get a lot of media attention, but he does make the big plays, and he made them throughout this one.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
He put on such a well-rounded display offensively. He knew exactly what he wanted to do to break down the defense. Even when they made adjustments on him, he adapted. He said, okay, I can handle it. I'll step aside, do something different.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.